Chris with HobbyKing.com with another great product we're going to talk about today. Actually, it's one that we've developed for the multi-rotor series. This one actually is for Horizons or Blades 350QX multi-rotor. Now, when this hit the market, it was fantastic multi-rotor. A lot of them have been sold. But the first thing that started happening is people started to actually have issues with the propellers. And I've got one loose on this, and I'll show you what's going on with them. First, they're extremely flexible, and because of the unusual design of the bell on the motor, if we take a look at this, it has a bump right there off the shaft. The motor on the inside has to be designed with an arch on it instead of being completely flat across. And people that were taking this helicopter out and doing, or multi-rotor, and taking and doing some hardcore 3D with it, or trying to throw it around quite a bit, were actually breaking these props. They're coming apart and splitting right down the middle. The problem is that this particular motor has a mounting issue. It's 15 millimeters center to center in both directions, which isn't standard. It's kind of a proprietary propeller for this this craft. So there really weren't any other options for propellers for this particular motor because of the collet right here, as well as the unusual bolt pattern. And yet these props are failing. Of course, they've done some revisions on their props and stuff, but the problem is that they're still very soft. If you go ahead and utilize the mount on the bottom and put a action cam, GoPro, or Mobius on there and start adding some more weight to it, you're losing efficiency because of the propeller flexing on this. So what we have done is essentially designed a adapter to be able to use specific props for this. Opens up the range to allow you to use all kinds of different propellers for different applications, whether you're doing sport flying and trying to do some aerobatics with it, flips and rolls and things like that, or if you're trying to lift a camera and do some aerial photography with it as well and need a little bit more efficiency with it. So let me go ahead and show you the mount itself. Here it is. I want to get on that. And so what it does is bolt right to the motor itself. So you just use the screws that come with that. Go ahead and put those in over here. It's 15 millimeters this way, and then if you take a look, you've got two little holes right there. Now what this is it's called many different things, but we call them direct mount here. A lot of people call them T-style because T-motor uses the style propeller mounting, or they call it 3-hole. So whatever you want to call it. But what it is 12 millimeters center to center, and it uses a 4 millimeter shaft. Very common propeller. I've got a few down here that I'll go ahead and raise up and show you. Now the advantage of these propellers is they bolt on flat. They're normally lighter weight. This one, particular one, is carbon. A much stiffer, stronger propeller versus the stock, just cheap, flat, plastic ones that come with it. You can get more efficient designs. This particular one, if you take a look at the tips sweep up, it's very quiet in comparison to the other ones. We've got some that have a little bit heavier paddle design. And we've got the complete range. So if you take a look at the direct mount style props that are related to these adapters, we've got quite a few in that range. We've got some cheap plastic ones that are just a couple cents to a pack of 2 carbons that are just around $5 US for these. So it's definitely a much nicer propeller, much better performance versus over stock, and the pricing, to be honest with you, is coming in right about the same or cheaper if you're using the plastic ones. So anyway, how this works is, I was just showing you, it bolts on, and you go ahead and take your T-style prop, those 2 holes right there, it goes right over there. You'll notice that it doesn't center because the original motor isn't 4 millimeter, and all standard T-mo props use the 4 millimeter. So the washer that comes with it, it's a little bit special of a washer. If we flip it over, it has a small collet on that, and that adapts the shaft on this, which is 3.17 to 4 millimeters. So you go ahead and put that on, and that forces the prop to center up. And there you go. So the prop is centered this way, and it has a 3.5 millimeter bolts for the prop to bolt down. And of course, it comes with the hardware to bolt the prop. So when it's done, it's going to look something like that, assuming I use the 4 bolts on the bottom to bolt that to the motor itself. Definitely add some bling to your blade multi-rotor. It looks really good with the carbon props on there. Performance, of course, depending if you want sport mode, go with the higher pitch. If you want an efficiency, go with the 4.5s on it. Definitely check it out. If you got one of these, you're definitely going to love this product, and the pricing on it, you can't beat. HobbyKing pricing. Anyway, guys, it's up on the new items page. As always, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will see you next time.